What's up, everybody? It's Pastor Hassan. I'm sitting outside in my car in the church parking lot. Just gonna give you a quick walkthrough of what it's gonna look like when you show up on Sunday, July 5th. So as soon as you pull up in the lot, if you have a mask, which you should have, if you don't have one, we'll have one at the doors for you. But if you have a mask, you want to go ahead and mask up before you get out of the car. And when you hop out of the car, you're going to be greeted by our very own Mr. Ryan Wilson, who's going to be our parking lot attendant, and he's going to direct you to where you need to go. If you come to these side doors on the Stevenson Road exit or entrance, you won't be able to get in. Those doors will be locked, and so we're going to direct everybody up the sidewalk, and you're going to want to come around to the front to the Kipling Street entrance. And so as you make your way there, either from the Stevenson Road side or on the north side of the building, once you get to the front, on the Kipling Avenue side, you're going to see 2-meter markings on the sidewalk, and just to maintain, again, social distancing. The front doors, you can't see them now, but I'm looking at them, but the front doors will be open. You're going to be met at those front doors by Mr. Barry Jackson, who is going to have a temperature gauge where he will take your temperature at that point. Assuming everything is good there, the next phase is you will enter into the double doors. You'll be greeted by two lovely ladies, Sister Agatha Campbell and Sister Winnie Clark, and one of them is going to have a sign-in sheet slash, what else are they going to have? A sign-in sheet where they'll check you off, and they're also going to ask, there's a self-assessment tool that we're going to, or not a self-assessment tool, we're actually going to have a few assessment questions that have been issued by the City of Toronto just to be on the safe side, asking people some basic health questions upon entry. And either Sister Agatha or Auntie Winnie is going to have masks and a hand sanitizer dispenser, and they'll ask you if you'd like a pump of hand sanitizer. And should you say no, like we can't make you take it, but if you don't take the hand sanitizer pump, then we can't allow you into the building. So you'll need a mask and you'll need to sanitize your hands before entering into the building. Okay, then once that happens, I neglected to mention that all of these doors will be open just to minimize people touching and handling doors and that sort of thing. Once you get past these two ladies, these lovely ladies, the next person you're going to be met by is Brother Winston Bonner. And Mr. Bonner is going to escort you to your seat. And the way the seating will work is we're going to seat from front to back. So all you back row Baptists who like to hang out near the exit there, you might want to be mindful of that, because we're going to ask you to sit. We're going to fill in from front to back. And let me see if I can spin this camera around here. So that just gives you something of an idea of what the pews look like. So every other pew is going to be available. You'll see they're covered in plastic there. And so the way that it's going to work is we have basically 2-meter spacing on the benches with a giant space in the middle. So it will allow for either like two groups of people from the same household sitting on either extreme of the pew, or like if you have single individuals, that we're going to be spaced like that accordingly. And it's going to be every other pew, just to allow for that front to back spacing. And so that's how it's going to work in terms of seating. Now, when the time comes for people to exit the building, so everybody's going to come and be ushered in down the middle aisle. But on the way out, we're actually going to dismiss everybody row by row. Again, Mr. Bonner is going to be sort of the gatekeeper by that. For that, he'll let you know when your row is able to be dismissed. So it won't be like a mad dash. Okay, the benediction is happening. Everybody just go. We're going to dismiss row by row again to maintain social distancing. And the way that we're going to do that is have everybody come up the aisles on the wing there. So that's what's going to happen, and that's how you'll exit the building. And both upon entrance and exit, we'll have offering plates posted at the back and up here near the pulpit for the purpose of people leaving their offering. So we won't pass the plate or anything like that. We'll just make sure that everybody knows that's how we're doing the offering, and you can leave your offering either on the way in or on the way out. And just a quick word about washrooms. So we'll have someone posted in the hallway in all likelihood just to maintain, like again, for the purposes of social distancing. We're going to only use the upstairs washrooms, the ones directly behind the sanctuary. The accessibility washroom will be available, but we're only going to allow one person in the washroom at a time, again, just to maintain social distancing. And the last couple of things that I wanted to mention, two things that I neglected to mention in the previous video. Number one, we've decided, just for the sake of trying to get a good handle on social distancing and maintaining that, we've decided to ask that parents who have children under the age of 12, that you not bring them at this time. And so if you have a child who's 12 or older, we feel pretty comfortable knowing that they would be able to do social distancing appropriately, and so you're welcome to bring them. But for now, any children under the age of 12, we're going to ask that they stay home. And then the other thing that I neglected to mention was for some of our elderly members of our congregation. So I'm just going to read you this directly from the city of Toronto. This is what the city is recommending. It says, for your protection, Toronto Public Health recommends that if you are over 70 years of age, have a weak immune system, or a medical condition, stay home as much as possible. And so following the city's recommendation, that's our recommendation as well. That if you're over 70 years of age, stay at home as much as possible. Having said that, like, we can't tell you, oh, you have to stay at home. And we're not gonna, if you show up, we're not gonna be like, oh, how old are you, or should you really be here? If you decide that you wanna come, by all means, come. But just bear in mind, our recommendation is the same as the cities, that folks over 70 years of age and older should stay at home as much as possible, just in the interest of staying safe. So that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope that's helpful. As I said, continue praying as we get ready to get back together on July 5th. And again, it's not lost on me the fact that there are a lot of people who would love to be here under normal circumstances, but you still feel a little bit unsure about some things, and or just for whatever reason not planning to come. Trust me, like we are not forgetting about those of you who fall into that category, and just let's continue to pray, continue to support one another, and encourage one another as best we can during this season. Okay, love y'all, and God bless, and we'll see you before too long. All right, take care.